Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. I am a certified Zentangle teacher. Welcome to my series on florals. These florals and botanicals and leaves and fun things are all inspired by the Zentangle method of drawing. So I am making about, I think, 23 videos in this series, and each day will highlight a new floral pattern. And then I'm going to show you how to draw them and then how to add them to a larger piece. So today I've got my Micron pen. I've got just a little sketchbook, a pencil for some drawing and shading, a little blending tool, and a kneaded eraser. I'm also doing my work on 3.5-inch by 3.5-inch tiles. These are paper tiles from Zentangle.com. All right, so what we are doing in these videos is taking these tiles and taping them together to create one large, beautiful garden. I'm so excited that we've gotten started, and I'm so excited to move on to tile number 2. So what I have done is created this cute little border that's going to go throughout all of the tiles, and then we are doing 1, 2, so 2 floral patterns per tile. So 2 videos worth on each tile. If you have these tiles, fantastic. If you do not, then draw them in your sketchbook, draw them in whatever you have. You do not need this to go forward. Okay, so today's pattern is called Cirque by Gerstner, who is a certified Zentangle teacher. All right, I'm going to open up my little sketchbook and put that one right here. So today is day 3. And I love having this little book that I can put the patterns in to reference back on. Chris Gerstner. Okay, here we go. I love this one. Of course, I think I love all of these, but I'm going to zoom in a little bit. This one's a really beautiful pattern. Okay, so we are going to begin with a circle. And it's okay if your circle is not perfect. I'm making mine about the width of my pinky nail. And then just a reminder, these floral patterns are patterns that people have created or deconstructed from things that they have seen. And most of them are not meant to represent a specific kind of flower. They are just patterns that look similar to flowers. Okay, just a reminder. All right, after we get this little circle in, we're going to put in plumes, little things that are going to go around, but we also call them flux. So flux is actually a Zentangle pattern that looks like this, like an upside down raindrop with a little line and a dot. So we're going to do those around the circle. So I'm just going to start up here at the top and put in one of those patterns, and it just kind of curves around the side of the circle. I can add the little line and dot right now if I would like. The next one is going to begin in this little indentation and then come up and around. And then inside this one. See how it looks like they're laying on top of each other. And then I've got about room for about one more. Isn't that so cute how they look like they're tucking into each other? I love that. And then she adds another detail where she takes these little fescue, or not fescue, I'm sorry, little flux. I'll write that here. And that is by Zentangle. So I'm going to put a ZT. She takes these little flux patterns and she adds a couple more coming out of these areas. What a pretty little detail. And you can add 2 or 3 You could even keep going and add more. And then on the inside, she does a cross hatching. And when we do cross hatching, it's just these little lines, and then we go the opposite way. These ones we're actually going to curve just to give that sort of a rounded appearance. If that's a little tricky for you, then just go ahead and do the straight ones. And then if you would like, a little added bonus is we can do the cross hatches like that, and then we can take a couple of them and lift our pen as we go, as if there's like a little reflection. And then we can do it this way as well. See how cute that looks? So it's not necessary, but just a little extra if you want to try that. So I'm going to put in some curves. I'm going to lift my pen. It's not the easiest thing to do, but our pen wants to stay down on the paper. It's hard to lift it and keep going. But look at how rounded that looks. Then I could do some curves the opposite way, and I could also lift my pen again. Isn't that pretty? Okay, should we put it on our tile? I love that one. And always leave some space so you can play around some more. I tend to need to play with these a few times before I become an expert. And even then, I'm never quite an expert. But play around with size, play around with doing it backwards. Maybe it's easy for you to pile them on each other the opposite way. It's up to you. And you can put different designs in these if you would like. You could do something different in the center. So play, you're encouraged to play and have fun. Okay, Cirque. Shall we move on? All right, so I have written the name of the tangle, and these are going to kind of go backwards because of the way we have these flipped, but we did Veruca and Boulder Builder. We've done Tangle Flake, and now we're doing Cirque. Okay, I love how Tangle Flake kind of went over onto the second tile. I just love that. All right, so for this one, I'm going to make my stems go straight up and down. You do not have to. I'm just trying to vary that some of them have curves, some of them will be thick, thin, some of them will be straight up and down, whatever. Just trying to make a nice variety in our cute little garden. So I'm going to grab my pencil and sort of map out where I want a few of these. So I think I want one right here in this space. And that one is maybe a little bit bigger than my pinky nail. Of course, then the things are going to go around it. And I want one down here as well. And then I may put one over here, but not yet. I'm not sure. It'd be fun to add one and then put the next tangle in between, but we'll have to see. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do pretty straight down stems that are really narrow. So if you would like to put those in with pencil first, you can. Okay, I'm going to trace the circle, but not the stem yet. And I'm going to do the cross hatching first. So I'm going to just follow the, I'm going to follow the curve of that line. I love how that looks so round, and I love the little reflection. Okay, then I'm going to go this way. And the reflection doesn't always have to be in the same spot. I love it already. Okay, let's put in some of these little plumes or flex shaped things. So I'm going to start up here on the top and think about how wide you want these. And if it's easier for you, you could always draw like a little kind of outer circle just to give yourself an idea to remember to make them nice and wide. It's up to you, whatever works for you. But I don't want mine too narrow or too tiny. And then I'm tucking in, coming up, and curving around over that circle. You could also do these in pencil first and then go back and make sure you like it and then go back and add ink. And I want you to notice like some of mine look perfect and amazing and other ones are a little squishy. It's a floral pattern. It doesn't matter. Your petals do not need to all look alike. We will still think it's a beautiful flower. Okay, I'm going to add those little lines and dots. And then I'm going to add a couple little extras coming out the sides. It's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to move on to this one and then I'll go back and do the stems. So I'm going to trace this circle shape. And do that same cross hatching. Again, if you don't want to do the curve, you can do straight lines. And then I'm going to put in those nice big petals. If you want to change what you put inside of them, you could do that now. This would also look beautiful if you auraed it, added a little line around it. But I'm just going to keep them the way that she showed us. With those cute little pieces coming out. They're so cute. I just love that we're building this garden of tangles, and I love that we're going to be able to go back and look at the back of them or look in our little floral sketchbook and just always have these beautiful patterns to turn to. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add in the stems. I usually add them in last in case one of my floral patterns goes over the area where another stem was. Okay, now you can choose to put any kind of a leaf on here if you even want to do leaves, but I really like sort of following the petal pattern. So I'm going to be putting this flex shape in, and you can put it from the bottom or you can put it up in the center. I think this little one, I want to do the bottom. Isn't that cute? And you can do it on one side or both sides. I love that. I make the other one smaller on purpose just to give it a little different, um, just a little different look. And then I'm going to do this one. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this one a little more in the center. And maybe make them uneven or scattered a little bit. I love it. I love it. I think I'll add some little grass and things tomorrow after that pattern. And then I want to carry over these little seedling things that we did. So I just want to put a couple of those up here. But then I also want to put some flux as an embellishment. So I'm going to do a couple little flux shapes like that. And maybe I'll even do a couple of them coming down. And we can always add more later. I feel like this one needs another one. All right, we will keep embellishing and keep adding things. In our little sketchbooks, the first day, I had you guys do a page that said embellishments. And we're just going to fill this with all kinds of little tiny things. But I do want to put in that little seed pod shape. I just think that is so cute. What a fun little thing to add. And then we're going to put in a flux. That is also a fun thing to add. Okay, and then we'll keep going. So there it is. We can see all three on the screen here, and I think it looks lovely. Now, I am not adding color to mine. I tend to just like the black and white. However, please, please feel free to add color with watercolor or colored pencils or markers, whatever you have, whatever you love, go ahead and add color. And yeah, I can't wait to see what you're doing. So maybe this afternoon or maybe tomorrow, I will post on my Let's Tangle page and ask you to share what you've done so far and just kind of see how everyone's doing, see how we're looking. And if you have any questions, please ask. And have a wonderful weekend. And we will see you back here on Monday. Thank you. Bye bye.